So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues out there. A very warm welcome here from Vienna, from the AGGM team, to this WebAGORA in preparation of the upcoming changes of the balancing model triggered by the new GMMVO. It's really a pleasure to have so many people here in this presentation, and I'm happy that you all are here now. My name is Michael Woltran. I'm one of the two board members of AGGM, and together with the team from the gas flow management and optimization department, we will now today introduce you some key facts about the new gas market model and implementation. A short view on the agenda. We will start with a presentation of Christian Ungerböck on the new market model.
Good morning.
That will be then followed by a joint presentation of Donata Kremsner and Christian Ritter, and they will present the new functionality of the AGGM platform and the functionality of the extended data provisions and possibilities of the new platform of AGGM. I have to say the overall process was not an easy one. You are all aware that we have certain postponements due to several reasons in this process, some very late decisions in the process, which also gave us additional, well, not said headache, but definitely additional workload and the things which we have to modify based on the new circumstances, on the new situation. Additionally to that project workload, we also had to see that the world is moving quite quick around of us. So I want to simply remind you that we had in the first half year also the task for AGGM, respectively ASGM, to take care about the strategic gas reserve, which also gave, you can imagine, a certain workload additionally to that what already was on our shoulders out of that project. So we have to say that we are not really or not everywhere where we want to be with that project, but we are very confident that we will have a professionally startup by the 1st of October, 6 o'clock in the morning with the new model. We are confident because all of you will also help us and support us with your knowledge, with your doing, with your contribution to have then here a really smooth start up of the new application, of the new functionalities, of the new tools, what we have implemented by the 1st of October. So that's from my side. If you have any questions, please use the chat functionality, and we will then also give already here the indication that at the end of the session we will have a close a sum up Q&A session for all open questions which we can answer in the web conference. If there are more questions or some general remarks from your side, we will anyhow prepare a documentation of the Q&As, which will be then available on our web page. Dear colleagues, I hope I didn't forget anything. And if this is not the case, then I kindly ask Christian to start with the presentation about the principal features and the setup of the new market model. Christian.
Thank you very much, Michael. A warm welcome also from my side. I will switch off now the camera that you can concentrate on the presentation. I have to share it. So I hope you can see it. So what is new in the new balancing regime and the new balancing model, which will start on 1st of October this year, so in more a bit more than 1 week. So a short overview of the new model and the new regime, which will be in force starting with 1st of October this year. This is in a bit more than 1 week, so yeah, we have not plenty of time still to go. There will be an integrated view on the transmission and the distribution system regarding the balancing. So the system will take care of all cross-border interconnection points, regardless of whether they are transmission or at distribution level. The daily imbalance per balance group will correspond to the difference of all entry and exit allocations for this certain balance group. The end consumer allocations will depend on their contractual capacity. End consumers with a contractual capacity of less than 300 megawatt hour per hour will have a constant allocation. This is the daily total of consumption divided by 24. For customers that will have more than 300 megawatt hour per hour contractual capacity, the hourly meter readings will be the figures which will be taken for the balancing. The prices in order to balance the system will be the marginal sell or buy price of the balancing energy or exchange reference price plus minus a small adjustment of 3%, but I will come to this in a minute on a separate slide. So within day obligations will arise. There will be a cancellation of end consumer nominations. It means that no end consumer nominations will be necessary anymore, except end consumers with more than 50 megawatt hours per hour contractual capacity, which we still need for operational reasons. There will be a new role in the market area starting with 1st of October. It's called the MADAM. It's the Market Area and Distribution Area Manager. In the past or until now, we have the market area manager and additionally to this, the distribution area manager. But due to this integrated view regarding the balancing, we will have this new role starting with 1st of October. The balancing actions in the market area from their order point of view will not change. So if it's necessary to take any balancing actions, we will first try to trade standardized products on the gas exchange. Then we will procure standardized products from the merit order list. And then the procurement of flexibility products from the merit order list will come on a third place. And now a fourth, Michael mentioned it before, a fourth level will come. The last resort we have is then the usage of the strategic gas reserve. This is the level 4 then. But these actions are only admissible to the extent that the line back available at the transmission and distribution level is not sufficient to balance the network. That means that the line back in these two systems must be used first. Furthermore, we will have an extensive provision of information on our AGGM market area platform, and This will be presented then in the next presentation by my colleagues. The basis, as mentioned already by Michael, will be the Gas Market Ordinance 2020 with the Second Amendment 2022, and it will come into force on 1st of October. Let's have now a short look on the allocation principles. The general rule is that the allocations are as equal to the nomination. So what you nominate is also allocated. No adaptation through the measurement will take place. The framework will consider all supply to end consumers to be a constant allocation. Regarding this, we have two exemptions. This is the first one is that load metered consumers with a contracted capacity of more than 300 megawatt hours per hour, as mentioned before, will have their actual hourly meter readings, which go into the balancing. And the second exception is the possibility of end consumers which are load metered. They can switch even if they have less than 300 megawatt hours per hour. They can switch to also to the hourly metered reading regimes, even if they have the less than the 300,000. All SLP consumers, all this values for the balancing will be calculated from the applicable load profile and the actual weather conditions. And how is this balancing energy price calculated in detail? There are two different sides of the medal, so to say. If the balance group is short, we will take as the balancing energy price the maximum between the highest price for the operational balancing energy on a certain gas day, or the weighted average price plus a small adjustment. This small adjustment is now set to 3%. We have to have a look at this, if this is a sufficient and a right figure to come to a certain right price. In the other direction, we have the case if a balance group is long, then we take the minimum price of the lowest price for operational balancing energy on a certain gas day, or the weighted average price minus this small adjustment of 3%. To bring it more from the theory to the praxis, I want to give you a short example how this allocation mechanism works in the future. The main objective of the new balancing model is the creation of an incentive for the overall minimization of the balancing costs and to ensure the system stability by balance group responsibles. The basic condition for the application of such an balancing measure is that it takes place exclusively on days on which opposing use of physical balancing energy is necessary. That means that we have to buy and sell gas for balancing issues on the same gas day. Let's assume that in our example, this prerequisite is fulfilled. Therefore, we have to look on every single balance group and their entries and exits. Furthermore, tolerance amount is set in the ordinance, which is the daily allocation of end consumers. In our example, you can see it in the fourth line. It's the 100, and we take as a tolerance level every hour for 4% of this consumption of the end consumers. This is in our example, is it 4 units tolerance level. The hourly differences which we have seen in the slide before are now combined into a cumulative hourly difference, as you can see here. And drawing up the tolerance level positively and negatively on both sides. On the axis, we have now a certain amount which exceeds this tolerance level, which is marked, which you can see in the graph as red. If I sum it up, we have 34 of such overruns, and then we have to calculate the specific within day obligation price, which is the difference between the weighted average prices of positive and negative physical balancing actions during a certain gas day. And assuming that this difference is 4 euros and multiplying it with the 34 units of overruns, in the end, we have in our example an amount of 136 euros, which the balance group responsible has to take as a cost contribution by forcing this balancing actions. As you might know, we have currently 3 market areas. Additionally to the market area east, we have the market area Tyrol and Vorarlberg. And for these market areas, we have a separate section in the new ordinance. And this is required due to structural differences, which are obvious for these market areas. That means that we have no transmission system in this market area. We have no virtual trading point available in Tyrol and Vorarlberg. And therefore, we as AGGM inserted the Cosima model in the past for connecting the market areas in Tyrol and Vorarlberg with the upstream German market area, which is currently the Trading Hub Europe, THE. But except these fundamental changes regarding balancing energy prices and within day obligations and the extensive provision of information, this previously applicable principle, such as Cosima, remain largely unchanged also in the new model. Another big change due to the new ordinance is related to the calorific value determination. In the past, we thought that the increase of production of renewable gases will change the calorific value drastically. But we have seen also that the Ukraine war changed this value, because we have now new sources for gas, and therefore also the calorific value of the quality of this gas changes. Our colleagues from Tyrol and Vorarlberg may know it and have already seen it on the AGGM platform, that this value has increased in the past month significantly. And AGGM calorific value determination is intended to contribute to more precise knowledge of the different gas qualities in the gas network using state-of-the-art network simulation tools. And this will also support a fair and correct billing of the end consumers in the future. For the network level 1 in the distribution system, the calorific value tracking of AGGM will support the distribution system operators. Therefore, we verify and make a plausibility check of this calorific value measurements by the colleagues from the DSOs. We determine the actual calorific value, and we have to do it for the network balancing from 1st of October this year. This is an obligation coming from the ordinance for us as the MADAM. And starting with 1st of January 24, this calorific value has to come on all of the bills of the end consumers, and therefore the DSO, the distribution system operators, are responsible to have actual and correct values for this calorific value determination. And as a small advertisement, I can say that for the grid levels 2 and 3, AGGM provides a service to determine this calorific value. We have a smart tool to make this possible, and in case any system operator is interested, we are happy to have them on board to fulfill this service for them. Some words to the partially new information provision on the market area website. We will have in future a whole market area status on the platform. This is the preliminary market area position, the needed or necessary physical balancing actions, including all the prices which occur or which have to be taken. The whole market area consumption, which you can see already now on the platform, the line back of the transmission and distribution system, and the line back use for the market area, and of course all allocation and consumer consumption and capacities will also be visible in the future for the market area. Now to the individual balance group positions. The qualities are getting better and better from hour to hour or from day to day. So we have preliminary values within day. We have updated values the following day. And with the first and second clearing, of course, the values are also getting better and better. And this quality increase are true for the allocated nominations for SLP, so the standard load profile forecasts and their allocations, for end consumer allocations, and for the production volumes of renewable gases. And as my last slide, I will give you some links or hints where you can find the legal framework of the set before. So you can see on the e-control website, you can find the balancing network code. This is an European ordinance or a network code legislation on European level, which was the basis for all these changes, which we will have on 1st of October. Then together with the Gas Act in Austria, the new ordinance, the new gas market model ordinance will be applicable. And for the technical details, for the format and for the frequency of the data submission, SOMA gas, they are called SOMA gas. In English, it's other market rules for gas are determined. The balancing entity or clearing entity and their GTCs you can find on the AGCS website. And on our website, of course, you can find in English language also the GTCs of the balance group responsible terms and conditions, and also the GTCs for the platform use. and how this platform is used, you will hear now from my colleagues.
Okay, Christian, thank you very much. Renata, you're responsible also for the transition of the market participants. What is the current status in your opinion? Can you please show us or give us any overview of that?
Okay, yes. Thank you, Christian, for this important question. At the moment, there are 79 active suppliers in the market, 21 operators, and 115 BGRs with 132 balance groups, 39 sub-balance groups, and 196 balance group members. However, like the situation for the preparations for the 1st of October are progressive, but still not so ready. We still have 2 more weeks, which is a short time. At the moment, we see in 59 BGRs have to do the transitional in the process of the transitional registration process. 6 have finalized this, which is like the status from last week. But as we see, there's still the majority of BGRs that really have to finish this process in the next 2 weeks. 12 of the BGRs we never had any contact yet, or are not yet in the process. So I also really kindly ask them to get in contact to start this transitional registration, because it's like 2 weeks is a really short period. We also, like this is on terms for the balance group responsibles, but we also have the situation that we are registering now the suppliers, and here the situation is that 2 suppliers are still missing. So this is quite a good number actually, and we had we did a lot of work, and we are still doing a lot of work to be ready for the 1st of October.
Okay, so now we heard a lot of the platform of the new functions and also about the new users of the AGGM platform. Could you please give us an introduction of the new functions?
Yes, I'm happy to give you an introduction on the AGGM platform. I'm showing the test system at the moment. That's why there are no numbers at the moment, or at least in this section now. The AGGM platform is divided into 2 parts. So we have the publication part, the market area, market data, where the map of Austria and the data monitor provide the market area data in Austria. And we have a separate manual published on the AGGM website, and with the functioning of those 2 models, like I won't go into detail in this now. What is new from the 1st of October is that we are publishing the market participants. At the moment, we publish already the balance group responsibles in the market area East. In the future, we also have Tirol and Vorarlberg, and suppliers and network operators. In the ESC section, it's like as in the moment, AGGM publishes all issued EIC codes according to the NSOE scheme.
And there is the second point, one-stop shop. What does this stand for?
AGGM is active as, or seen as the one-stop shop in the Austrian gas market for the registration at the moment for balance group responsible parties in the market area East. From October onwards, we are also the one-stop shop for market area Tyrol and Vorarlberg, the registration of the balance group responsible parties, and also the suppliers. You start the registration here by the registration form, and you start to register a new user, and then you can decide if you want to register a new organization, or you add the user you registered to an already active organization. So these are the two options we provide. You can request an EIC code. This is also a function we already provide at the moment. And for the market area data, which I told before, there's the option to retrieve the data automatically, but you need access data or credentials for this. So you will also request this in the area of the one-stop shop.
Okay, and I've seen there's this login button. So can you please show us the part of the login area? So what, as a registered user or a company, what functions are there?
So, okay. So the general part of the market of user in the AGGM platform looks as follows. So there's the My Profile with the information about the user, the organization, the contact details, bank information, but also documents. For example, could be in certain roles also the contracts. There's also under My Profile, you have the chance to change those informations that are mentioned here. You can also expand the activity of your organization, for example, like in respective to either the market areas or the role of your company. This is here provided. And in case of any remarks or inquiries, you can send a message directly to AGGM.
Okay, and then let's say I am a balance group responsible, and what are my specific functions in the login area?
So in the login area, again, like this is now the section of the one-stop shop, is now called admin area in the login part. And this is this is the menu with the various functions and modules. So we have the administration. The first is the balance group administration, which is functioning as it is now in the current mode for the balance group responsibles in the market area East. So I won't go into detail for this. However, you can add balance group members here and change your balance groups, add new ones, also sub-balance groups like but this is the functioning as it's now. What is new is the part with the balance group assignment. And I will. This is the balance group assignment, and here you see all the suppliers that are in the realm of the balance group responsible. So suppliers that requested an access to the balance group of the balance responsible party. There are new requests, but also already active requests with the validities. Those are all test data now, like as you can see, this is not real data, but this serves as an example. The rest in the menu is that there's still the allocation data, which is the balancing data at the moment. We also will provide this after the 1st of October. At one point we will stop it, but we will inform all the market about this. The imp notes are at the moment the messages that are informing about the balancing actions and status of the balance groups. In the future, from October onwards, we will also provide here the messages for the allocation status and the balance group status in case you don't have an already existing RS4 connection. The ESC request is also provided in the login area and also the access data, the API credentials for the automatic retrieval. What is also new now is the direct link to the AGGM system, to the partner portal, where the GIP bookings can be done and the allocation method changed from hourly to daily for the metered customers. Yes. This is done now by the BGR. This is a change. So yes, and this is also one of the new changes we have now, that there's only one login credential. So it's a single sign-on for the AGGM platform, but then also the partner portal.
Just to say it one more time, there is a Q&A, a question and answer session at the end of this presentation. So, because I've seen there are a lot of hands up, so maybe write down your questions and we will talk about that later.
Okay, and coming back to, because Christian Ungerberg already mentioned the data we are going to publish. I also mentioned like the current data is published in the location data. However, in the future, it's in the data monitor I mentioned before. So in the market area section that is reachable through the public part, but also in the login area, in the future, you can see the private, like the portfolio data of the balance groups in this section. And what is also the option now, to combine the private data with the public data. And here the filters and also the functioning again is mentioned in the manual on the AGGM website. But Christian, so we see there are a lot of different data qualities and names. Can you explain me what exactly this means?
Yes, of course. So there are different qualities. So first to say the qualities. So without any extension or ending, these are the daily business values from the system operators from the market. The CE is the extension, which stands for the clearing entity. These are values we import from the clearing entity and publish it for the market participants in the login area. ID stands for intraday, which are the intraday or within day values. D1, these are the values that comes to the platform after the final allocation from the system operators on the following day. C1 is the clearing one value, which are available 1 month later, and also the clearing two values 14 months later. So for to get rid of this, to get get an overview over this, because there are so many time series in this platform. So first we so the base is the exit and entry of the consumption data, and also the allocation of the entry and exit points from the market area. We sum up these values to some entry and some exit. We'll calculate the imbalance of this of the difference of it. On the left side, you can see there's this tolerance. maybe remind this graph from before from Christian Ungerböck. So as long you are in the tolerance, there's everything fine. The imbalance over the day comes to the cumulated imbalance. If this imbalance is too high or too over the tolerance, there will be the quantity exceeded and also the cumulated quantity exceeded. For balance group responsibles, which have end consumers in their portfolio, you can see the exit consumption which is built up from synthetic load profile customers, and then from the three qualities of load profile method customers. And there's also this entry from renewable gas. On this time series, we have the extension BV, which stands for best value. So there's one time series which gets better and better from the quality over the time. So also from Christian Ungerböck, we've heard that there is the line back and the usage of the line back very important, starting with 1st of October. Regarding the within-day obligations. So this is the view we have already in the system, but not with the really right values, because starting with 1st of October, there will be a change in the balancing system, and then of course the data will change, but the time series are already on the platform. You can already have a look into it. You can see the line back borders and the used line back or the forecasted line back usage of the system. And as long as there is enough space for us to physical space for us to manage the system, the within the obligations will not come into account. Yeah, so I think we have heard a lot of balance group responsibles, but there's also there are also the suppliers in the login area in the future. So what are their specific functions or tools, Renata?
So as a supplier, there's also the general part in my profile. What is also again the new is that the administration is divided by supplier, account administration, and grid. So AGGM organized the different brands of suppliers in supplier accounts. So one organization can possess two, or at least like one supplier account, maybe more. It depends on the strategy of the organization. The new suppliers need to request to be added to balance group responsible, and this is done in the supplier account administration, which looks like this. This is an example now. Here you can see all your supplier accounts, and you can also request a new supplier account, but you can also start here requesting the change of the balance group in case you want this. After the request was done by the supplier, the current BGR needs to approve, but also the new BGR needs to approve and add the supplier account to the balance group. So this is done per each supplier account. What is also new is the grid area, where suppliers need to request access to the grid, to the operator. This is also done by the login area of the AGGM platform. This is now also an example of data. Here, the new grid can be chosen with the assignment and the validity, and then the process again is automized. So the supplier requests the grid. This request is then for all supplier accounts. And then the operator accepts and might also change the validity period. And then the balancing relevant IDs are automatically generated. This is the functioning of the supplier account. And in general, so what we saw is that we have the following modules. And according to the role, the different modules or functions are available. So the white ones are the general ones that are accessible to either all users, but also like the data monitor for the public. So there's my profile with the information about the company or the users. There's the administration part that is divided into the 3 roles we cover in the AGGM platform, and there's the data monitor with in the login area the BGR data. Yes, we saw so the BGRC can change and modify the balance groups, sub-balance groups, their balance group members, and also the portfolio management of the supplier accounts. What is also new is the direct connection to the GIP booking and the allocation method, where the link is provided to the AGGM system. Supplier can add new supplier accounts, request the balance group change in the login area, and have to choose the grid. And operator administration is also to approve the supplier in their grid, download the files where the data is provided for all the balancing relevant information. And they also have a direct link to the AGMOS in the partner portal and projects.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. How is the timeline going on? So until 1st of October, there's not so much time anymore. We will do all our best, but how is it going on?
Yes, it's quite a tough timing, sure. Like it's 10 more days, and then we start already the change on the productive system. So we have already on the 29th and the 30th downtimes of the AGGM platform, where we kind of already start to change things. The new modules that I just mentioned now in the presentation will be available from the 30th onwards. So we hope to have an easy transition period and like not a hard cut. On the 30th in the afternoon, the new balance group status mentioned by Christian and you also again will be transmitted. This is the first data for day ahead. And 1st of October, 4 a.m. in the morning, the last IMNOT for the current system is sent out. At 6 a.m. AGGM is going to clear the carry forward accounts in case someone has not cleared it themselves. and 6:40 in the morning, the new allocation status is also transmitted. And then we are live. Hopefully.
And everything will be fine.
And everything will be fine and everyone will be content. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I've seen there's one question regarding the API or API. Yes, in the test system as well as also in the productive system, it's already possible to test this function. The data provision will be extended starting with 1st of October when there are the new time series are in our system. So until then, there's the old system, but the API function itself will not change. So you can test it now, right now. Yeah, and you can.
Yes, like all the manuals for the functioning of the AGGM platform are provided on the AGGM website. So also like the functioning of the API is provided there, and technical systems can be set up.
So all questions and all answers will be published in a written form on the AGGM website. Yeah, on the website there's also this point with the new market model starting with 1st of October. Please look into that. Please also subscribe for the newsletter. There's also always a good point where you can get information for the gas market. Yeah, as long as there's nothing else.
So then I think we are at the end of our Agora for today, for the web-based Agora. And it's on me now to say thank you. Thank you for your participation. Thank you to show your interest in being with us. Thank you in answering or in asking us questions. And hopefully these were useful spent time for all of you. At least it was good for us to get feedback from your side. And I think, as I mentioned at the beginning, we are really working hard to deliver a system which is workable on the 1st of October. We're really confident that the system will work, but we are also at the same time, we have to say it will not the system will not work 100% perfect from the day one on. So we also ask for your understanding that probably some things will not run perfectly, but the system will be available and we will able to deliver all the information which are needed to do your business. And if there are not further things, I say thanks. Spend a nice day further on. Have a good time and all the best from Vienna. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.